7 components. That's all it takes. 7 parts most likely to fail on your lawnmower after 500 hours of use. And knowing them could save you thousands of dollars in repairs, or help you decide when it's finally time to walk away. 500 hours is the threshold where consumer-grade mowers start dying. The average small lawn tractor is built to last just 400 to 500 hours. And economy engines like the Kohler Courage and Briggs Intek are rated for only 750 hours total. So, at the 500-hour mark, you're already 2/3 through their engineered lifespan. Many commercial operators understand this math intuitively. They buy a lower-end setup, run it hard for 500 hours, and replace it entirely rather than chase escalating repairs. But if you wanted to push past that number, you need to know exactly what fails and why. The important thing to remember is that engine hours matter far more than age. A 5-year-old mower used occasionally can be in far better condition than a 2-year-old machine that's been worked every weekend on a large property. That's why commercial equipment often has an hour meter instead of relying on years of ownership. Hours tell the real story of wear, and once that counter starts approaching 500, maintenance becomes less about routine servicing and more about preventing expensive failures before they happen. The first thing to go is usually the drive belt. Belts stretch, crack, and glaze from heat exposure over time. A healthy belt has a matte rubber finish, while a glazed belt looks shiny and smooth, and it's already slipping. Replacement runs $40 to $90, but here's the real danger. A worn belt doesn't just fail on its own. It triggers a cascade. Dull blades put more load on the deck, the belt slips, heat builds, the belt snaps, and one ignored problem becomes 3. Next are the spindle assemblies. Each blade rotates on a spindle with bearings spinning at thousands of revolutions per minute. And when those bearings wear out, you get lateral play in the blade. Grab the blade tip with the engine off and try to wiggle it. Any movement at all means the bearings are dying. Spindle failure is the single most expensive deck repair on small engine mowers, running anywhere from $45 on the low end to $400 for heavy-duty zero-turn spindles. The cause is almost always preventable: unbalanced blades after sharpening, hitting objects in the lawn, and skipping grease intervals. The hydrostatic transmission is where things get truly expensive. Most hydro failures trace back to heat, dirty oil, or flat-out neglect. If you skipped that critical first oil change at 100 hours, you left manufacturing debris circulating through the system. And if you ever towed anything with your mower, you likely overheated the hydro and caused internal damage you couldn't see. Warning signs include slipping after the mower warms up, grinding noises, and milky gray fluid, which tells you moisture has gotten in. Then there's the carburetor. Benjamin Malisham, a repair shop owner in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, estimates that 40% of the engines he repairs have been damaged by ethanol. Ethanol corrodes metal, eats rubber gaskets, and leaves deposits that clog carburetor jets. If your mower ran perfectly last fall and won't start this spring, old gas is almost certainly the reason. Never let ethanol-blended fuel sit longer than 60 days without stabilizer treatment, and never run E15 in a small engine. It's not approved for that use, and it will cause damage. The electric PTO clutch fails when dirt accumulates between the clutch armature and rotor, gradually reducing grip. Symptoms include blades that won't engage, intermittent spinning, grinding sounds, and the engine stalling the moment you flip the PTO switch. Deck corrosion is the slow killer. Moisture, debris, and fertilizer residue eat through steel and aluminum alike. One owner watched his Toro deck rust apart after just 5 years of careful maintenance. Another saw his Murray deck break clean in half under normal use. And finally, electrical components. Starter solenoids, safety interlock switches, and seat switches corrode from moisture and loosen from vibration over time. A single click with a fully charged battery is the classic sign of a dead solenoid, and seat switches are the most common failure point in the entire electrical system. Here's the pattern worth understanding. These failures don't happen in isolation. They cascade and compound. A $50 belt you ignored becomes a $400 spindle job. A skipped oil change becomes a dead transmission. At 500 hours, your mower isn't necessarily finished, but it is telling you something. Follow the maintenance schedule, stay ahead of the small stuff, and a quality machine can reach 2,000 hours or beyond. Ignore the warning signs, and you'll be shopping for a replacement before the season's over.